So, we're back on the battlefield. The last time I played this game was actually just before the War Dogs and Call of Duty betas started, and I played those all weekend, some to more enjoyment than others. Right, guys? Because I'm sure we all had a lot of fun playing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 beta. Right? I'm sure regular viewers of the channel watched my Call of Duty First Impressions video, and I started that video off by stating that I dedicated it to Battlefield as an appreciation video, and that wasn't satire, because sometimes it really takes just an astronomical pile of dog shit for you to realize what you actually play every day perhaps isn't as bad as you thought it was. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the things that I actually appreciate about the Battlefield franchise, while also calling out some bullshit at the same time, because where are the changes we need? Let's discuss it. If you enjoy, guys, be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, check out the streams, swing by the second channel, all links are in the description, and be sure to check out Wallhack Mousepads, the sponsor of the channel. They have awesome gaming peripherals. They just released their brand new keyboard, and I will be giving you my honest thoughts about that whenever it arrives. So when it comes down to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's pretty much the same old, but this time, they actually outdid themselves in the opposite direction. The new COD is so abysmal that I barely even have words to describe it, and that shockingly seems to be the consensus opinion for once. I think people are finally waking up. I think people have finally entered the Call of Duty fatigue era, where they're simply fucking done with all the bullshit of the game. And when you play something that just worthless, and you come back to a game like Battlefield 6, which I critique a lot, and you realize just how much better BF6 is, even though it still has problems, it's kind of a crazy contrast. Battlefield Studios could very easily implement aim assist as strong as Call of Duty's. They don't. Battlefield Studios could very easily implement SPMM as strong as Call of Duty's. They don't. And these two things, ladies and gentlemen, are why Battlefield is still even a playable video game. The overall concept of Battlefield as a franchise prevents this from happening. If it was a 6v6 shooter like Call of Duty, we would have been fucked a long time ago. Another strange thing that Call of Duty made me appreciate about Battlefield 6 is actually Battlefield 6's lack of effects while shooting your weapon. In Call of Duty, when you shoot a gun, there's a bunch of smoke that immediately appears in your face and you can't see anything, and it's shaking everywhere, and it's just overall a mess. But in Battlefield, it's much more of a clear shooting experience, even though the Battlefield franchise is very well known for having over-the-top effects. And I think the biggest thing about Battlefield that I really appreciate is just the fact that a game like this is even still being produced in this current FPS era, because you look around and there is no true alternative to exactly what Battlefield provides, which makes it all the more frustrating that they just simply haven't fixed anything in 3 updates. So this is where we come back to the reality of the situation. Don't think Call of Duty made me forget about the issues of this game. I am still very, very locked in and aware regarding this. Thankfully, they have been posting a few updates on the official Battlefield accounts, and this time they actually addressed grenade indicators. But you know what? Them addressing grenade indicators right now almost doesn't even feel good, because the grenade indicators have been terrible since the beginning of the game, and we're just getting commentary from an official source now. Anyway, they said that they are aware of an issue where grenade indicators are not sticking to the edge of the screen, making grenades beyond your field of view feel effectively invisible. This tweet was met with a similar reaction to what I just said to you. Pretty much everyone is replying to this going, it took you this long to even say anything about it? And I think that right there is really the core of everything, right? I think us as players, we see what Battlefield 6 could be, but it just feels like a waiting game 24/7. We're constantly waiting for something. We're waiting for the next update. We're waiting for the next map because Wake Island is already sort of stale and it's only just released, but that's what you get when you stagger content releases. We're waiting for major bug fixes. regarding some of the most irritating things in the game, like invisible grenade indicators, like the audio not working very well at all, like the 3D spotting being egregious. And I'm sure you guys will have your own set of issues you'll leave in the comment section that I could have said just there. And to make matters even more frustrating, it just seems like they are just taking one step forward, one step back a lot of the times, reintroducing bugs back into the game that they already fixed. So, while I appreciate Battlefield for what it is, and it is certainly better than Call of Duty, they really make it hard for us as the player base to have the level of enjoyment I think we all want to have when essentially nothing is getting fixed. And I've seen a lot of commentary surrounding this, people telling me, oh, you know, it's summer vacation in Sweden and they traditionally have long holiday periods. But if that's the case, why is Season 4 scheduled for where it's scheduled? Why would they release a season and then the updates within the season don't fix anything? If they are truly on vacation, I would much prefer for them to just literally tell us and be like, hey, the upcoming updates are probably not going to include a lot of the important things for like a couple weeks at a time. But when you have these issues that have persisted and even returned, and then they don't get fixed, and then you hear almost no communication about them, that is what Battlefield really struggles with. And funnily enough, this is kind of where COD is better than Battlefield. Call of Duty updated their beta, and I realize it's their beta period, so they're very actively paying attention to it, but I don't really think that would ever happen with Battlefield. So, if I had to be picky and pick one extra thing that I wanted to be appreciative regarding Battlefield about, I would just say, can we please have a return to how Battlefield 6 was near sort of the launch of the game and maybe within the first few months, where there was quite a few official developer communication channels, you had Drunksy and Tigger actively replying to people, and I just feel like we knew what the plan was a little bit better near the launch of the game, rather than right now. Maybe Season 4 really is just a massive period of downtime within the studios and not a lot is happening, and then come Season 5, a lot of the bug fixes that are really needed are going to be in the very first patch. Who knows? All I know is it's certainly hindering my ability to appreciate the game, especially when I play it consistently, because we're only human, right? We can only die to the same bullshit over and over again until it just kind of gets really old. So that's going to wrap this video up, guys. Let me know one thing you appreciate about Battlefield and one thing that you would expect to improve regarding Battlefield. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, check out wallhack mousepads, and now keyboards and mice. That's really awesome. I'll try to get my initial thoughts about the keyboard out as soon as possible for those of you that are interested. Be sure to use my code at checkout. Link will be in the pinned comment and the description. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.